Pretoria today. Oren Singh has more.
A rapidly growing population coupled with poor infrastructure maintenance has pushed government to look abroad for a solution to Gauteng's water woes. Water and Sanitation Director General Sean Phillips says the Lesotho Highlands project is a medium-term plan to address the crisis. Phillips says local water utility Rand Water also has a 35 billion rand capital works program, which is expected to be completed by the time the Lesotho Highlands project is in its second phase.
Rand Water will be able to treat all that additional water coming into the integrated Vaal River system and increase the supply of treated water to the municipalities in Gauteng.
The Lesotho government will be paid royalties by South Africa for the water. Oren Singh, Eyewitness News.
And with the country marking 30 days without load shedding, Eskom is now forecasting that power cuts will be limited to stage 2 during the winter period, but has urged South Africans to play their part in keeping load shedding at bay. During an update on its operational performance and the outlook for winter in Pretoria today, Eskom CEO Dan Marukani announced that improvements in Eskom's generation performance will help avert implementing stages of load shedding above stage 2. Marukani says while electricity demand is likely to surge in winter, the utility is more prepared this time around. A look at your weather. A cloudy day in store for Gauteng tomorrow with isolated showers and thunder showers expected. Joburg will drop to overnight lows of 12 degrees and peak at highs of 21. Pretoria is at 13 and 23. Verenigings at 12 and 22 degrees. Maki Malapo, Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News on 947. For more, click ewn.co.za.
#MSW.
You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Our one and only Victor Gomes to discuss the latest developments, though, in refereeing.
Because, Rob, at the end of the day, football does not belong to any individual.
Yeah.
It belongs to all of us. It belongs to referees. It belongs to players. It belongs to coaches. The coaches now make a post-match interview all about a referee.
Yes.
Where was the last time where we heard a coach stand up and say, you know what, I'm taking responsibility for my players today? And we are painting this picture that referees are to be 100% correct all the time. I mean, really, I think we're setting the stage up for the wrong show.
Interesting. What's been happening as far as your votes, Ron and Williams, or not?
Hi, Rob. For the first time, I agree with the Rolando Mkwena on the soccer star of the year. If it doesn't go to Ronwen, then I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but he deserves it.
Rowan Williams, he made history. You know, for Bafana, he rewrote the history.
To the footballer of the season, I think it is just as divided as what refereeing is.
Really, honestly, it's an award that very seldom goes to the goalkeeper.
I've just picked up a message here on YouTube. Shadi Ikarem says, Mr. Victor Gomes became my first ever referee crush. He'd often be the most handsome one on the pitch.
My wife's currently messaging me now, Rob. She's saying that she's missing me.
So that's how you dismiss that particular one.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
Yeah, I definitely hope so. I think this is the time to give them a chance and to test them. And I think Jock knows the core of his team, what his plans are, and the main guys. But I think it's a good time now to just to give the other guys chances. And I think the guys is playing some good rugby, so might as well give them a chance and see how they do on test level.
Yeah, that's a Springbok legend there. Monet Steyn has backed a cluster of the Lions players to force their way into the Springbok frame for the coming international season. It kicks off in June. The Boks have got a massive 2-game incoming series against Ireland in July, and also the Rugby Championship, where most of the core players from the previous World Cup cycle are going to be involved. So yeah, that's how we start #MSW for tonight on the rugby front. And still sticking with rugby though, the Lions, well, they had 6 players called up though for the Bok alignment camp in March. The backs, Usanele Nohamba, Wan Yong Horn, as well as Jordan Hendrickson, Henko van Wyk, Monet van der Berg, as well as the forward Rowan Venter. Nohamba, though, has been a bit of a revelation at fly half, and I think anyone that's seen him play for the Lions this season will attest to this. His main position, though, is scrum half, and fly half Hendrikse really impressing as well. So Steyn, when asked further, he believes that they could both play together for the Boks against Wales or Portugal.
No, I think he's been doing well on scrum off and fly off. At the moment, we struggle at a time with a fly off. All the guys were injured with Gianni and Kate we were still injured, and Jordan was also in and out. So we needed one, and Zanele slotted in at 10, and he did very well. Yeah, you never know. I think there's definitely a opportunity for them now. They're in the group now, so now they must prove they can be there.
So remember, Steyn, who took up the role of the Lions kicking consultant over the past season, is nearing the end of his first year in coaching and admitted, though, that he's been fully enjoying this experience.
Yeah, I must say I'm enjoying every day at the Lions. It's been an awesome journey with them, great coaching staff, great interlink between the coaches and the players. So yeah, I'm enjoying every day. Driving here, other side of the Yexco, but yeah, I'm enjoying it, and every day it's getting better for me as well. At the moment, I'll stay in the consulting side of it. I'm enjoying the time and the time off as well, doing my own stuff on the side as well. But yeah, just enjoying the 2 days or 3 days I'm here with the team, and game day I'm here next to the field. So yeah, I'm just staying in the rugby things. Yeah, I think my main focus was to get everyone involved. Not just always just the 9 and 10s and 15s maybe who's kicking. But my thing is all over South Africa is to get, if you look at the New Zealand teams, the island teams, the outside backs is kicking a lot more. So I think that's a big work on for us in South Africa, to work on that outside, the centres, the wingers, everyone, they must be able to kick. So I see a massive improvement in guys like Marius and those guys, working every day just to get a couple of strikes in. And yeah, you can definitely see the difference. Yeah, I think every game we play, you see how the fullback's closing. Is he closing early? Is the wingers hanging back a bit? So you analyse the other team and you see where the opportunities are, and then you speak to guys with Mara and Erich, on the centres, to look for that space and the cross kicks and whatever it's on. Just to make them aware and to look around on the field.
Right, so a quick look at what's happening on the football front, though. The former Manchester United defender Rio Ferdinand says that Erik ten Hag's future with the club depends on how the season finishes, now following that disappointing season and nearly an embarrassing exit to the championship side Coventry in the FA Cup semi-final on Sunday. Speculation over the 54-year-old's tenure as manager has been prevalent, as the new minority stakeholder Sir Jim Ratcliffe as well as Ineos are rumoured to be looking at options to replace the Dutchman.
I think it really depends on how the season finishes now. I think if you go back to last season and the way the season finished last year, I was so optimistic, and I was like, I'm looking forward to the new season. Erik ten Hag is the man. But there could be many reasons, injuries, lots of forms of players or whatnot, but it just hasn't gone that well this year. There has been huge amounts of injuries, but we need to see the team finish in a lot better state than what it is now, I think, for the manager to really go and for them to go like he's the guy for next year. Win the FA Cup, that would be great. I think he's been in five finals, has he?
4 finals.
4 finals in 4 years, yeah. So he knows how to get to the finals, but we need him to win this one. I think the biggest bit of work has probably been done, which is clearing the decks behind the scenes and getting new people in, freshening up the place behind the scenes with good people, experienced people. And the important part as well is doing that appraisal, looking at things, what's working, what isn't, learning from the mistakes of the previous regime, and then going out and executing.
So Ferdinand says that not enough is being done to end trolling on social media platforms, and they are failing to end racially motivated abuse. Now, the former England captain says that he fears the storm of racial abuse on social media could cause players to worry more about the online impact of their mistakes rather than the game itself.
My worry is, without a safe place like we are, right, there's going to be players, there's going to be fans that are going into games during this Euros who are thinking more about what could be the turnout if things don't go well today on this platform, rather than thinking about kicking the ball, celebrating a goal, winning, losing, etc., which it should be focused on the football, not social media platforms that allow negative behaviour. So I've done campaigns, I've gone to Parliament, reached out. They don't want to do enough, they won't do enough, and it won't change from their perspective because they've earned far too much money. That's why I'm happy to be a partner in We Are 8 and to be part of it and to champion it, because there's never been an alternative. this is the alternative now. It's too slow. Is it working properly yet? Is it? Is it fit for purpose? Is it? No, it ain't. They can sit there and they can tell. Listen, I commend them for, yes, making a play in that direction and starting to get the wheels motion. But listen, man, we're in a world where fast tech stuff moves quick now. When people say, the government have done a great job so far and they're putting their best foot forward, well, if I still was a betting man, wouldn't bet that it'd be better now than it was 4 years ago. Well, they ain't done enough because you've had 4 years and nothing shifted. Not enough anyway.
Well, if you remember the likes of Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Bukayo Saka enduring a barrage of abuse, though, after they missed penalties in England's shootout defeat at London's Wembley Stadium on the 11th of July at the Euro 2020.
You don't hear Saka talk about it because he don't want to talk about it probably because he's tired of having to talk about this stuff. He wants to talk about what positive stuff's going on in his life, but don't underestimate what could be going on behind the scenes in his head. The same with Sancho and the same with Rashford. Just because their form may have differed and dipped maybe at times, it could be because of that. I hope it's not, but just never underestimate the impact that the words and the actions of other people online can have.
So on Vinicius Jr.'s crying during a media conference, Ferdinand had this to say.
Broke my heart to see a young kid who's just doing what he loves, going into a press conference and all they're asking him about is the stuff he hates. Imagine that. You're doing what you love, you've been brought to that room to speak about what you love, but all you're talking about is what you hate.
So Manchester City demolished Brighton 4-0 for Foden's double, lifting the Premier League title chasers to within 1 point of leaders Arsenal last night. Pep Guardiola's side in a great mood at the Amex Stadium from the moment Kevin De Bruyne, though, headed them into the early lead. England forward Foden striking twice, though, before the interval to put the result beyond doubt.
We know that we don't win or we draw, we will not be chance to fight until the end. So, of course, the pressure is there. Otherwise, we cannot perform in that one. So, 5 games left and on to next, all I can say. Phil can play more position than Kevin, but for the way they defend, we decide today to play in that way and without wingers and more fullbacks, and they did really well. So we know what, but we found them because the process with Bernardo Rodriguez and the two central defenders, they did it exceptional, and that provoked the spaces for them for run and have this quality, and they did it really well. What we have done in the past, that doesn't mean it's going to happen in the future. To make it, to do it again, the things you have to make it happen. So I would love to say, like you won the last 3 Premier Leagues, you are going to win 0-4 here, we're going to win the next game, but no, it doesn't happen. I believe it can happen to us, it can happen to Arsenal. So people expect to lose against Crystal Palace and yesterday, but it can happen to us. It's football. So Everton is playing for relegation zone, like quite similar game, going to Nottingham Forest, and they play for their lives and give an incredible extra. Maybe because it was a real contender of us for many years, my appreciation for Liverpool is higher than ever.
Well, it's a quick look at tennis news now. Rafael Nadal began his Madrid Open farewell with a crushing straight sets win over the American teenager Darwin Blanche, now the 5-time Madrid champion, who has indicated that he plans to retire after the 2024 season. It took just 63 minutes to complete a 6-1, 6-love victory against his 16-year-old opponent.
Today I played against an opponent with a great future in front, but today still making mistakes, so I just tried to be there, be solid all the time without taking a lot of risks, and work it well. No? So just happy to be through and wish him all the very best for the future. Well, it's great, no? For me, after how the things developed the last few years, every time that I had the chance to be on court on this amazing stadium with an unconditional supportive crowd means a lot to me now. So just trying to enjoy every moment, and tomorrow one more day of practice here, and after tomorrow again on court. So that makes me feel great.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Our one and only Victor Gomes to discuss the latest developments, though, in refereeing. I used Rolani because he's been quite vocal, and just yesterday he was talking about Onyango being booed by the Sundowns fans. And then he said,
by the way, that are booing Brian Onyango for a mistake. If you were to follow them in their own professional space and say, I just want to shadow you for a day. Let me see if you're going to do your work without a mistake. I make more mistakes than Brian Onyango ever makes mistakes. I am so mistake prone, it's not even funny.
You know, it's so funny. I will say this and then tomorrow I'll read an article where it says, Gomes says referees make mistakes.
Yes.
Referees make error of judgments. We understand this. We are trying to improve it holistically.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW. Friday nights, always.
This is how we do it.
About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Yeah, he tells me that his GPS took him to Baitbridge. I can't ever believe what he's saying. But you know what? Hey, South African football has always been extremely blessed, though, with exceptional Zimbabwean talent, decades in and decades out. And this is no different. Now, this gentleman is just one of those. A gritty, legendary career that he's had in the Premier Soccer League. People can say unmatched commitment, unmatched work rate, and one hell of a hard worker. And he can tackle. I mean, he's never tackled me, and I'm glad about that because I would not be sitting here. I've seen some of those tackles. This man meant business, but not in a bad way. This man was born in Motoko. Hey, linchpin. Certainly defended the Ajax as well as Kaizer Chiefs, a Kukune United badge with his heart and soul. A very glittering career, spending over, 10 years at Kaizer Chiefs. They nicknamed him Salt and Vinegar. Not Salt and Pepper. He doesn't have that in his hair yet. But I'll have to check a little closer. Willard chips in his mind, I'm sure. Eh? The name that he fondly embraced and even added the title King. Befitting the one considering how he won the midfield battles. Season in and season out. So, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Willard Katsande is here with me. Good to see you, sir. It's raining outside.
Yes, Brother Robert. Thank you for having me here, and good evening to all the listeners.
How are you feeling?
I'm great. You can see I'm looking good.
I know that.
Yes.
How are you managing to look good?
Peace of mind.
Are you freer now? Or are you not stressed?
No, I'm not stressed because I'm a father now. Waking up, doing my own things at my own speed. Because, in a professional setup, it's so demanding.
Yeah.
You wake up, your mind is already loaded. You need to stuck in traffic going to training. And in the matches, there's no happiness. You only have one day of yourself. Mm-hmm. The next day, you're back on the horse. So now I'm a retired general, which is me. Okay, I'm looking back and say, okay, that was a hell of a good ride in my career. I think, yes, although, sometimes as a football person, you miss football, but I don't miss football.
Because you don't miss football?
No, I don't miss football. But Rob, listen, very, very careful. When you say 10 years at Kaizer Chiefs, that's not a child's play, right?
That's a long time.
And if you are to see the games I came as a sub, maybe they are less than 10. And if you are to see the games I didn't finish 90 minutes, then maybe they are less than 5. Huh. So I played 90 minutes wire, and some of them, the games take us to 120 minutes. Even, Rob, if you bring your calculator to say 90 minutes by, let's say, because we used to be suspended anyways because of what we used to do, But let's say in 26 games a season in the league, times 90 minutes, you could see now at times 10 seasons, then you can see the hours are too much. So now I'm sitting back and relax and recover because I've left everything in the field of play. I don't have anything to regret. And I'm not going to sit here and try to criticize a certain individual because I've played and I enjoyed. All I can do is only share experience.
So how many hours or minutes was that then on the field? Have you ever calculated? Was you love your calculator?
No, the last time I checked, it was more than 24 hours, something like that. I don't know.
Of playing?
Yes, for Kaizer Chiefs.
Just for Kaizer Chiefs.
Yes, so it was a good ride, and that's why I say I don't miss football because if you miss football, you left the game whilst you still want to. That's why you end up having a big tongue to talk a lot because you didn't finish up everything. But if you finish up everything in the field of play, you sit down and admire those who are playing and just giving positive information.
But how are you going to admire when you don't watch them?
No, I do watch. Not me. I don't.
Do you watch them?
Yes, 100%. I watch football.
Do you watch Kaizer Chiefs?
That's my team, of course, bro.
What do you make of them? I'll find out after this.
Hashtag MSW Live.
Now.
on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time.
#MSW.
Turn your Hollywood Bets gaming experience into a spectacular casino royal adventure. Bet up to 100 Rand or more on selected Hollywood Bets, playtech slots, and live tables. And you could win one of 3 luxury trips for 2 to Las Vegas. Hollywood Bets, feel the magic.
T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. Hollywood Bet supports responsible gambling. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counseling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
Tommy, have you heard about CTM's quality bathroom sale? It's affordable style for everyone.
Oh, really? My bathroom needs a makeover. What's on sale at CTM?
Beautiful porcelain tiles, luxury baths, stylish cabinets, and up to 10-year guarantees on bathroom wear. And exclusive ranges from Tivoli and Kilimanjaro.
Oh, I have to see these deals myself.
Do not miss out. Discover your inspiration in-store or online today.
CTM's quality bathroom sale is now on until the 2nd of June. CTM, big savings, more style.
This is the sound of Kate's heartbeat when we asked her if she will be able to maintain her standard of living when she retires. This is the sound of Kate's heartbeat when we told her that she can switch her RA on the FNB app and get 1% back in eBucks, as well as get a discount on her current account fees in eBucks or cash.
Sure.
Switch to FNB and take full control of your money matters. That's help in one. T's and C's apply. FNB Investor Services Pty Limited, an authorized financial services provider.
Is your name Ace, but you've never aced anything? Do you find that somehow when you play 30 seconds, your team prefers you do the answering instead of reading the card, but still doesn't look to you for answers? Does your son insist on waiting for mom to help him with homework even though you are there? Are you not familiar with the phrase, nailed it? Or was the last time you hit the mark the last time you were fighting with the mark? Do you hear, well, I'm done with you, more than you hear, well done to you? Do you, like most of us, feel like your family has given you a name that's just too much to carry? Then this meal is for you. Get the family full house meal from Chicken Licken with 8 pieces, 2 sole fries, and 2 sides. That's at least one thing that will make your family proud. Chicken Licken, soul food.
It's the Renault Kwid. Of course it will get you from A to B with best-in-class fuel efficiency. It's the Renault Kwid. Of course you'll be designated DJ with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's the Renault Kwid. Of course, you'll parallel park like a boss with the nifty reverse cam.
Get the Renault Kwid with 25,000 Rand cashback or 1-year comprehensive insurance. Book a test drive today at renault.co.za. T's and C's apply.
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Many of his opponents know that he takes absolutely no prisoners. I mean, you would see him entertaining fans through social media platforms such as Instagram as well as Twitter. I know that platform. He's man of the match. He plays on Twitter. He's ventured into the do-it-yourself industry, DIY. Boss Yamboka Kitoko Makasi. You said you're 35. Is that your real age?
If you can go to Zim, because I started primary school in 1993, grade 1, I was 7 years old. I finished matric where in Zim we call it Form 4.
Form 4.
2003, I was 17. Do the mathematics, it can tell you, and it will take you to 35.
Well, the fact that you said Form 4 is already giving away your age.
Marawa Sports Worldwide. Monday to Friday weekdays. #MSW. Live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time.
#MSW.
Yeah, the man from Form 4. He did Form 4. He is very confident. Is here in studio with me. And before we continue our conversation with Willard Katsande, let me tell you, man, wow, the weekend is coming in nice and hot. So is all the football action. Might be raining in Johannesburg right now, though both you and I, hopefully we can handle what's going to be happening over the weekend. Here's what we can look forward to in the Showmax Premier League weekend. Let me give you a bit of a summary here because there's so much on the go, guys. They were cooked, man, by Everton. That's Liverpool. They're going to need to pull out all the stops against West Ham if they want to have any chance, though, of taking this title. And in a bit of a poetic turn of events, look at Crystal Palace. I mean, they beat the Reds 2 weeks ago, and also Fulham, who Liverpool dominated, are facing off to see who comes within reach of the top 10. It's this drama, it's this novelty, it's this fairy tale of the Premier League. So Man City, though, I mean, they back. You saw last night what happened. Whipping Brighton 4-0. They also hope to retake the number 1 spot with an equally convincing win against Nottingham Forest. But you can't forget. I mean, it's a North London derby. 195th edition of the North London derby. Tottenham Hotspur, I can tell you free of charge, they aren't touching that title. But the important thing is that they can make sure that Arsenal doesn't either. So the Gunners need to bring it like they've never, ever before. And remember, from the gym to the mall, wherever you are this weekend, be like me, catch all this action live from your phone. Subscribe to Showmax Premier League for only 69 Rand a month. Yay! As this man would say, hey, Rob Gunzim.
Marawa Sport Worldwide.
Rewind the tape.
MSW.
Is it still Nzimmering there, boss?
As you can see, as a fan, Bravo Kunzim.
You ain't Nzima, man.
Mpil.
Never. You were praising yourself and telling me how good you look.
Yeah, you, for sure. Me, looking good. But yes, I left my team.
Yes.
But my heart is still with the team. So
But does the team have heart?
Yes.
Do you see the heart?
Yes, they try.
You were winning trophies.
No, you're not winning.
No, I'm saying you were winning trophies.
Yes.
Do you know how many trophies you won when you were at Kaizer Chiefs?
Yes, 4, 5, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guys who've been there for the past 10 years, what about them?
Because me, I was fortunate that our era, we had players just played World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yoshaba, Tsepo, Yeye. And as we came, we were internationals.
Yes.
When you have an internationals in your team, it's different than players playing in the PSL. With all due respect, internationals they take the information quickly. If you still remember our days when we last won trophies at Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken, our last league we won 11 games, 1-0. That was not a mistake. That was a technique, because we knew that sometimes tiki-taka is not coming. Sometimes the philosophy is not coming. We force things. 9 goals were coming from set pieces.
Right.
You understand? So it goes down to international players. International players, they know how to win the game. They know they know game management.
So where are the international players now at Kaizer Chiefs?
We don't have at the moment. I wish we can have, so that at least we're going to achieve what we want to achieve as a club. You understand?
Yeah.
So I hope the club can try to look into that, into profiling players, so that we need to add value in the club. We need players who playing for the club, players who plays for the fans, players who plays for their families, not social media players.
Social media players?
Yes.
Do you feel that that's the problem?
Who just playing for me? Okay, if I have a good following, fine, cool. You don't care about the millions. But if you go to the garage, if you go acres, meet those old people. They'll tell you how much that team means to them.
And how much they're hurting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you take it to training. You make 20 rounds, my friend. You know that you're carrying millions. Not only maybe playing FNB, there's only maybe 10,000 people. No, my friend, there are millions watching around Africa. So you need to take sometimes, losing a match is there, but lose with dignity. Make your fans not to doubt your commitment. Me, I was not the best Barrow, but no Chiefs fan doubted my commitment. my passion to the club.
But why would you say you were not the best? I'll come back to that. Anybody that is listening and you want to expand your listening experience, you can tune into the YouTube channel. We are live. You can see this man that proclaims that he's looking good. He's got a new look. I think he looks like Barry White right now, but maybe, a slimmer version. Go to YouTube. You can post some of your comments. They can go on any social media platforms. We'll take those. You talk about social media. You are a typical example of somebody that moved from being a herdsman to being a footballer to being an influencer. But your influencing helped us through COVID, and we are very grateful to you. we thank you very, very much indeed. You entertained us thoroughly. Because I can almost hear somebody saying, he must be the last one to speak about social media. You were using that when you had retired, because that's why we were all shocked. You're like, who's this guy? Because you look like a very reserved person. Now, all of a sudden, there was this personality. It was fashion week for you every day. On the runway, fashion week, it was happening there. Yeah, it was nice. Why would you think the guys are fooled by thinking that they want to impress on social media versus impressing on the field?
It's just that they don't know, because wherever they are, they're breaking their neck for them to make it into a good setup, like a Chiefs. Yeah. So when they are there, they see the lights, they see the glamorous, they see a lot of stuff. Then it drifts them a little bit in a way of working hard towards your goal. The objective to come was to play football, to give back to the team who actually believed in you. You understand? So people can say, "Oh, Katsande is the last one to say in the social media." Trust me, but Rob, when I'm joking in the social media, when I'm coming to work, there's two different Katsandes. So that one, I know exactly where I'm going. And if you could see, I was just preparing my life after football, So this, back to the question, these players, they need to know that, one, they're playing against an opponent who wants to make your life difficult, who wants your contract. Secondly, the demanding fans. Third, the management wants performance. Fourth, they want to make your family proud. So you are starting a match in a 4-0. You need to tick all the boxes in order for you to get to there. Meaning that you need the level of focus has to be on top. Then to be like, okay, you signed by Chiefs, okay, fine, cool, you have one good game, you take a screenshot like Brother Robbie say, this one was in fantastic form, put it on Twitter, you repost. Then you forget that tomorrow you need to work hard again. Yes. Because in Chiefs, winning one game is not enough. Yeah. Winning one season is not enough. Every day they demand. So when fans, they go hard on you, doesn't mean they hate you. When you do well, they like you. When you don't, they reminded you. So players, they just need to remember and also to know the surroundings, that tomorrow, unfortunately, when season ends, auditing, what did you put as an individual? Now, because we don't have a trophy to play for, but now we have to audit to say, okay, what did you provide for us? Okay, is it worth you being there? That's the reality about the professional football. So now it's dog eat dog for everyone.
Okay, before your dogs eat the other dogs, let's focus on how honest are you today? Have you got your honesty badge on you?
I've carried it always, Rob.
Okay, you carried it, but as a player, obviously you were tap dancing here and there, walking on eggshells here and there, which I understand because you were playing football. You didn't want to harm too many people. But now, pretend that sitting across you is Kaizer Chiefs. Dr. Kaizer Chiefs Senior. You're having an honest heart-to-heart chat with him because you're a worried former player of 10 years at Kaizer Chiefs, a player that played 308 games since 2011, a player that scored 17 goals, a player that provided 9 assists at Kaizer Chiefs. He's sitting there across you. You want to unpack in a minute and 50 seconds what he needs to do as of Monday when he gets back into the office.
In my honest version.
100%. If you're not honest, I will please ask security to escort you and you can go home.
You know, Rob, to be honest, obviously the matter is not good for everyone, because me, I don't want to be called a legend for the faded Giants. I need to be called legend for the Giants. It means that the team actually needs to be competitive. I'll just say, Dr. Kaizer Motaung, can we make our scouting team very strong in order for us to compete? Can we give these guys a sort of like a chance and to try to have more transfer window whereby we build, not to go like an overhaul. We are starting from scratch again. The group of players we have, make no mistake, quality is there. But now they need to be taught the culture of the team. So can we look how to beef up with maybe 3 strong senior players, maybe 33, 32, who are serial winners? Yes. Then we build a backbone. Then we are looking at the instant results, which is delivering the trophy quicker. Then whilst we are looking for a long term to build the younger ones, because now we are tending to give the younger ones a full responsibility, or Mfundo, Duba, and to say they need to do the right thing. The kids need to enjoy football. They need to hide behind the senior players. If they do wrong, then the senior players, they take a bullet. So that these kids, they grow knowing exactly what they need. Look at how much Manchester United struggling with Rashford, because we shoulder him everything. So I would say, Dr. Kaizer, can we make our scouting team very, very strong? Let's throw out our networking and bring a player with the Kaizer Chiefs DNA. Not only good player, we need a player with a character to fit into us. A good player for West Ham is not a good player for Chelsea. Salah was there, De Bruyne was there, but they're one of the best in the Barclays Premiership. So we just don't need to go in the market and get any good player. We need a player who understands the DNA of Kaizer Chiefs, who can represent with dignity. Like me, I was a village boy. I did that.
Okay, now you can face me. You can face away from Mr. Mtaung there. And I'm sure, like he normally does, he's listening and he'll take everything you've said with the dignity in which it was presented, and he'll take it to the office on Monday.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to the legend, Willard Salt and Vinegar Katsande. Rob, that man was part of the group that gave us the last trophy at Naturena. He played his heart out. He understood his role in the field of play. He represented the team with earnest and dedication. And under no circumstances you will question his work rate. And some odd reason he made it easy for us to slightly forget about Tinashe Nongomashe, because he fitted into those shoes and perfected that position. And for me, I just want to find out from Willard, what is it that the youngsters can learn from him that made it easier for him to become one of the best central defensive midfielders? What are the qualities that is required for one to be exceptional in that position? Because for me, you protected the back four of Kaizer Chiefs, broke down the attack of the opposition, and understood that you were the warrior in that position, in that team. You needed to be the slave and make sure that the guys are attacking, knowing that you will be there to protect and play the dirty work for them. And I just want to wish you all the best and thank you for everything that you have contributed for Kaizer Chiefs. Thank you so much. Tebogo.
Tebogo, thank you very much indeed. Facts, facts, facts. And that's what he's shooting. And saying, and he was proclaiming that you protected the back four all the time.
Yeah, but if you still remember, when Mashamaite won the player of the season,
yes,
who get many yellow cards? It's me. The only thing he has to come with the backline was the aerial ball.
Yeah.
Then they win it, and they set play Mashamaite in the corner flag.
Did he know that? Did you tell him that?
No, he knows. Because whenever I get suspended, there was a little bit of a...
Oh, then... Yeah, Gavusa. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So you're about to conclude that one. Yeah. There's so many. Tebogo, thank you very, very much indeed. We're going to take so many of your WhatsApp voice notes coming through. And if you're watching on the YouTube channel, we'll also read some of those comments. Hey, this man. After the break, we'll only have 15 minutes, man.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time.
#MSW.
New slots have landed at Lotto Star. Brace yourself for a whole new level of thrills and big wins on our exclusive Wheel Rush slot games like Mysteries of Egypt, Super 25 Stars, Big Size Fishing, and many more. You could win payouts of up to 10 million rand instantly. Exclusive to lottostar.co.za. Your world of live games. Lotto Stars licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18. NRGP 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
The Haval Jolian HEV redefines expectations for hybrid SUVs. Regenerative braking recharges the hybrid battery and lowers overall fuel consumption, but you still get a thumping 375 Newton meters of torque. Get your Jolian hybrid from just 6,627 Rand per month, 10% deposit over 72 months at prime minus 3.21% with a 40% balloon. Visit haval.co/offers for full T's and C's. Haval Jolian HEV. Intelligence in motion.
Capture iconic moments with the brand new Redmi Note 13 series. Choose from the Redmi Note 13, 13 Pro, or the feature-packed 13 Pro Plus 5G from just 329 Rand per month. When you get any Redmi Note 13, get a Xiaomi Smart Tech device from just 9 Rand per month. Available now at Vodacom online and in stores nationwide. Visit vodacom.co.za for more. Redmi Note 13 series. Make every shot iconic, every day legendary. T's and C's apply.
Watch South Africa's newest cooking game show, Ready, Steady, Cook, in association with Mr. D. Mondays to Fridays at 7 p.m. Host, chef, and funny man Mushendiki sets the table as two home cooks take over the red tomatoes and green peppers kitchens and whip up a meal in 20 minutes flat. It's a recipe for laughter. Catch Ready, Steady, Cook in association with Mr. D. Mondays to Fridays on S3 at 7 p.m. TV so good you can smell and taste it.
Medical aid changes. They're normally like this.
We've just had a little girl and I want to add it to my policy.
Going to have to ask her some security questions. It's company policy. What is your mother's maiden name?
At Bonitas, we make our plans flexible so you can add members easily as your life changes. Visit bonitas.co.za and get a quote today. When you need us, Bonitas. Medical aid for South Africa. T's and C's apply.
At the Crazy Store, turn right. Continue past the Crazy Store for 400 meters. At the Crazy Store, turn left. Pass another Crazy Store on your right. And on your left.
It costs a lot to get places these days. Luckily, with over 440 stores, there's a Crazy Store on every corner. The Crazy Store. Hey, you never know what you might find.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Our one and only Victor Gomes to discuss the latest developments, though, in refereeing. Are we anywhere closer to South Africa having VAR?
I know you've been itching the whole night to ask me this, and Rob.
Here's the moment.
From our side, we have done everything to approve VAR. Mm-hmm. The VAR project in South Africa is now sitting in the office of the CEO. We are waiting for approval and for finance. I can tell you that we do have referees that are fully licensed for VAR. And my dream, my wish, as you were saying, it's still there. But at the end of the day, we have to wait for the stakeholders to rule on that.
So the CEO of what, SAFA, the PSL?
Yes, it's currently with the office of the CEO at SAFA.
At SAFA?
Yeah.
But are we ready as a country?
No, obviously we're not ready.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW. Friday nights, always.
This is how we do it.
About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Rewind the tape.
Hashtag MSW.
Oh, Mr. Kunziba in the house.
Good evening, Robert. This is the man. And good evening to your guest, Katsande. Number one, Robert. This man would run the whole 90 minutes. I don't know where does he get that stamina and power. Number two, the tackles that this man made. I don't know, was he playing with that anger or it's how he is? Because he never smiled in the field of play. All the time serious. And he made those strong tackles. But a good man indeed. And number 3, just to find out from Katsande, what does he think about the current form at Kaizer Chiefs vis-a-vis the time when he was there? Lastly, how is his business doing? Because I know he's Mafeshene, Mr. Mafeshene. Good show as always.
Oh, Mr. Mafeshene. Oh, brilliant questions. I think we've dealt with the Kaizer Chiefs one. The stamina issue, where did you get that stamina from?
Bro, it's just natural. You know, I was a village boy. You know, sometimes I wake up and work in the field, like, you know, to harvest with that thing, the machine,
yes,
with the cows. My uncle, when my dad died, he used to wake me up at 3 a.m. Then I hit my work until 6, 7 a.m. when people are going to work, people are going to school. Then from there, I had to go and start taking these cows to graze a bit. Then from there, I go and milk around 9, 10, milk the cow. Then after that, I take them to the mountain. After mountain, I take them down until the cows are full. That's when I used to bath on the side of the river, on the flowing river. You know, that's when I started playing football, that particular moment where the cow is sleeping on the ground. So you could see that the hard work was in my blood because of the circumstances. So to say that Willard was running non-stop in football, doing what I love was the best thing. So it was just natural for me.
So you ran like a cow?
No.
Okay, we'll get to you on the line. Good evening.
Robert, good evening.
Welcome. We're going to chat to the legend.
Willard, how are you, my brother?
Hello, Sasa, how is it?
That's good, man. First of all, I should say when Kaizer Chiefs signed you, we saw you as an average player. But when Stuart Baxter came in and started molding you, you showcased a growth mindset. And I want to thank you for playing with passion, dedication, and also playing out of your skin, because you showed that commitment in each and every game. So, well done, my brother, for the great work you have done for Kaizer Chiefs as a club. My question to you is, during your time, how did you guys formulate unity and understanding among you as team players? Because now when I look at Kaizer Chiefs, there's no signage, there's no understanding among the players. So that's my question from you, my brother, and great work with what you are doing, creating employment for other people. Mukhethi Musi.
Mukhethi, thank you very, very much indeed. How did you create that unity?
When I joined Kaizer Chiefs, there was a sort of like order in the dressing room, whereby there was a dressing room for the younger ones, there was a dressing room for those experienced ones and the senior players. So everybody knew where they belong in terms of respect. So when the senior guys called shots, there was a captain's committee. So there was a good balance. So everybody accepted their position. So nobody was trying to go against nobody, because the most important thing is the dressing room. So even when I arrived first day at Chiefs, they say, I asked the dressing room, people lie to me, go there, that's where you belong, that's where the other young boys are. Then I get there, I look at there's Shaba, I look at there's Yeye, I look at there's Kaizer Junior, I look at there's Nengomash, there's Swesu, there's Dominic Isaacs, there's other Batman, there's Joseph Jaj, Abianale. I'm like, where am I? And I just stood, I don't know where to sit until I was told. Then from there, because of my background, humility, you have to respect people. So there, I knew where I am. Then I had to work my way up. Even when I was up there, I never even crossed path the senior guys who were more like the guys who've been there for long and who were more like your captains. So if you get that balance right, you could see that you win the dressing room. When the dressing room is okay, it shows inside field of play.
Swanelo in Durban, good evening. Yeah, go ahead. The legends here.
Yeah. Yes, I just want to ask Willard, does the poor player power happens in teams like Kaizer Chiefs, where you find players purposely breaking pitch because they are not happy maybe with the beef among the players, or maybe they are not happy with the way the coach is doing their job, and then they purposely drag the feet, and then ending up that the team is not getting the result that it desire by the end of the day. Is something like that happens in Kaizer Chiefs during his time when you are still a player, or does he suspect something like that can be happening in a current Kaizer Chiefs team?
Brilliant questions, Bonil. I'll ask you to listen on the radio. The whole player power thing, what resulted in somebody like Jose Mourinho having to exit at Chelsea. When the players, they sided, you remember they had one of the medics or the physios was a lady, and Jose had full on confrontation that was seen throughout the world. And your senior players, from John Terry, Frank Lampard, when they started having that attitude, then the rest of the players kind of follow suit, and then player power takes over. In your time, firstly, when you didn't want a certain coach, did you activate that player power?
First and foremost, Baropa, I never have a problem with any coach.
Yes.
Whether they come with their own philosophy, which suits me or not, I never had a problem with any coach. But back to the question, I feel like, according to my time I spent there, Chiefs, I never experienced that, to be honest.
Are you sure?
I never experienced that, because for us, it was unity. For us, it was allowing the coach to do whatever they want. And luckily, the coach came, all coaches came on board. Were engaging the senior guys to actually rub into the middle and the younger boys to say, this is exactly what we want. So I don't remember or recall any friction in terms of this certain section of players doesn't want a coach. I only also heard about the stories from other teams, like these things are happening. But according to my experience, where I spent 10 years at Chiefs, I never experienced that.
But was there a coach that you never liked?
Me? No, I love all the coaches.
Don't give me political things. I know it's election season, but be honest. Was there one coach that you didn't like?
Every coach played me, brother, so I love them all. So as long as they played me, I love them.
So the ones that didn't play you didn't like them?
Nobody didn't play me. Everybody played me.
And Natamarawa, how are you? You are speaking to Tapelo. Natamarawa, you've got one of the greatest defensive midfielder that have ever graced the PSL pitches. Like man, Natamarawa, Willard Katsande was forever reliable. Natamarawa. I'm having goosebumps, to hear him saying what he's saying, playing so many minutes at Kaizer Chiefs. Mr. Marawa, it's so heartbreaking to watch Kaizer Chiefs now, but I wish Willard can maybe try to have one of the central midfielders' number and encourage him, not to criticize him like these other former ex-Chiefs players, just to encourage him. Player like Usbongiseni Mtetwa, maybe give him courage, not to tell him what to do, just to encourage him to take charge of that midfield, to boss that midfield. Thank you.
Sure. Would you do that? Do you play that role where you take somebody up and you encourage them, you say, this is your true potential, I don't think you're realizing it? Is that something you would do or have done?
Yeah, Robbie, I need to be honest. I've helped quite some players at Chiefs, even Bruce Vuma, when he was not even making the team. I even had a WhatsApp chat time and again to remind him how good he is, to remind him the environment, to remind him that work hard. Even the first time he got his first game this season, I sent him a message like, this is the time for you to show up. And you know what he says? Thanks, Krotman. You're always there for me. I always give advice. Even Mtetwa, when he arrived, I went to the village. I spoke to him like, are you fitting in well? Then he said, no, it's coming good. Then I said, anytime, when you want something, I'm there. And one thing I can give you advice, that's like the setup you are in, there's no patience. It's about instant. So the sooner you hit the ground running, the better. So I'm an open guy. I was also helped with Nengo Masha. Yes. When Nengo Masha played bad, it was brutal when it's like, hey, that was bad. So it helped me. So it also goes to the players. Can they reach out to these ex-players who played in your position? Humble yourself and ask the instruction, the guide, because playing for Chiefs is difficult, brother. But It's tough. Trust me.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not just
tough.
football.
Hey, in my days when I played for them as well, it was difficult. You know?
Yeah.
But I played for Nkandla, Kaizer Chiefs.
It's a Parker with the delivery. Nukovic with the glancing header. And the header at the back post there. Chiefs have got one back. That sets up a grandstand to finish there. And it's Willard Katsande off the bench. Bossy Mboka puts Chiefs back in the game.
Yeah, Bossy Mboka. Someone asked, how's your business doing?
It's doing well. Like I still buy cappuccino. I still take kids to school. I'm very grateful to everybody who's supporting us, especially
cappuccino is the new champagne.
I never drink cacao. That's why I was so focused for 10 years. Because if I don't make it into the team, I'm within the 4 walls. Like, what did I do wrong? To the extent I knock on Baxter's door, like, coach, with respect, I'm not coming here to question your selection, but what can I do to make it into a team?
Was he the big difference? Somebody mentioned Stuart Baxter in one of the comments earlier on. Was he the man that raised your game?
100%. Because, I knocked in his office. I said, Coach, what do you want me to do as your number 6? Then he says, oh, son, I didn't know that someone like you can come and ask. From what I heard, that you are a problem in this team, sit here. Then we sit, you start feeling information slowly. Because sometimes, if you go, we want to learn. Even those who walk the path, the coaches, wherever, the lecturer, they'll fill you with the good information. But lots of us, my players, we think maybe if we had one good season, you know it all. It's not enough. So he taught me what to do, how I need to tackle. If you get a yellow card, can you be good at intercepting? Can you not make a contact? Those kind of things. Sometimes I get a yellow card in 3 minutes when the game is starting in the derby. Yeah, he looked at him and said, Willard, it's time to use your mind.
Hey, those yellow cards, you love them. I think you were still frustrated then because you were not a father and you weren't getting any Father's Day cards. So the only cards you got were yellow cards.
Good evening, Mr. Marawan. Good evening to Ramesh W. Shoulders. And good evening to your guest in studio, Willard Katsande, affectionately known as Salt and Pepper. Mr. Marawa, that man was one of my favorite players, Mr. Marawa. Even during his playing days at Kaizer Chiefs, he was a fantastic player, Mr. Marawa. Bossing that midfield, he was a wonderful player, Mr. Marawa. Mr. Marawa, I just want to find out from him. We have seen recently him being appointed as part of the technical team at Crystal Lake FC. Can we see him maybe being a coach in the near future? Does he have any qualifications? I just want to find out from that. Thanks, Mr. Marawa. Then in Eswatini.
Then in Eswatini, you see, we cross to Zim, we go to Eswatini, we go to Switzerland. The other day it was Germany. So people have an interest. The last time I checked, you had a CAF D license.
Mm-hmm.
Have you upgraded since?
Yeah, I'm going for CAF C this year.
This year?
Yeah, in June.
So you still want to coach the Warriors?
Yes, and Kaizer Chiefs.
You want to coach Kaizer Chiefs?
Yeah.
When?
I think very soon.
With the qualifications?
Yes, as soon as I complete the qualifications, I'm going to go knock the door.
Will that be the first team you coach, Kaizer Chiefs?
Like now, I'm busy with my soccer school boys who actually give me that kind of a vibe with the confidence.
Yeah.
I'm preparing myself. Then as soon as I'm done with my qualification, I think I'll do that. And after that, I'll go to my national team because I need to give back to my national team.
How many years do you give yourself before you can coach Kaizer Chiefs?
I think 4.
In 4 years' time? Willard Katsande will be the coach of Kaizer Chiefs.
Trust me, not just a coach, but a coach who's going to win a trophy in the league.
And what else?
And I'm going to try to change the game, the way people see Kaizer Chiefs.
And Champions League, I didn't hear that.
Definitely. When you dominate local, you need to go international.
You are international. Your jersey number what? Remind us what jersey number you wore.
Hey, they never even give it to anyone so far, number 31, because I've been looking and my son is even says, no, when I signed for them, I need to revive that number. So number 31.
Does your son play the same position as you?
100% is very good.
He's 14 and he's taller than you.
He's taller than me. He's 14.
That is crazy.
And it's too much. But he always, sometimes when I look at his phone watching and on YouTube, he's busy watching my clips. When I'm tackling, and says, no, this is not nice.
Oh, so your son is watching you?
Yes, I'm even scared.
Why?
No, brother, sometimes we used to go, some tackles were too hard.
Yeah.
Serious were too hard. But I used to get the ball, because I never take anybody to hospital or injure anybody's career. But I was very aggressive, like a lion. Lion never be friendly. He's very, very aggressive. So now when he's like that, I'm scared that what if you don't get the timing right? Because there's a timing, brother. You can't just throw yourself in a tackle. You have to have a timing. So
talk about timing. Please have that when we are back in the studio again.
We have unfinished business. Next time I'll have lunch here waiting for you. Don't worry, Barob.
Have timing.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.